Yes. Yes. Good evening, boss. So myself, I'm Vijay. Like I hold 20 plus years of experience, which includes nearly 10 plus years of experience in Python environment. My experience includes design, development, and implementation of Python and Django based applications. Well versed in implementing different Python libraries, right? Well versed in implementing different Python libraries like NumPy, CP, Pandas, PyTables, Matplotlib, right? So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not, right? Hello. Fine. So as part of today's demo, I'll be covering the following topics, right? Why Python? Why Python, right? And who can learn Python? Why Python? Who can learn Python and how it was built, right? And Python real-time application. See, Python, why Python? Python is not a kind of programming which is very recently introduced. It's not a kind of technology which is very recently introduced. It was introduced in the year 1989. Why all of a sudden Python has got a great boom? Reasons which makes it suddenly super popular means if you go back like 10 to 15 years back, like 2010, nobody knows that there was a programming language like Python. Why all of a sudden Python has got a great boom? It was introduced more than 30 years ago. And who can learn Python? Anybody can update with Python. There is no prerequisites for Python. There is no prerequisites for Python, right? Anybody can update with Python. Python statements look like normal English statements. They're not as complex as other programming languages. They're not as complex as other programming languages, but so I'll just differentiate by taking a task and implementing the task in multiple programming languages. Clearly understand, right? Right. 100 lines of, for example, not even one fourth coding as compared with other programming. Very less code you see. And how it was built by taking the features and advantages from different other programming languages. Python real-time applications. What kind of applications are we building today by using Python? Python mostly used for developing what kind of applications? Mostly used for developing what kind of applications? Python usage. Who are using Python today? Python features. Python comparison with other programming. Python comparison with other programming, right? Yes. Other programming means, right? Python comparison with other programming. Coding wise, length wise, complexity wise, you can check how simple the Python statements as compared with other programmings. Reasons why Python is suddenly super popular. Reasons why Python is suddenly super popular, right? And Python scope and job market. Python scope and job market. Okay, what is the current job market of Python? What is the scope of Python in the coming years, right? It was in the market from the last 30 years. Still, it will be right. Today, if you see, every high-end technology is using Python for its implementation. Python is mostly used, widely used today in implementing different domains of different high-end technologies, right? So I'll come back to it, the real-time applications of Python, where mostly it is used. Starting with why Python. I'm defining Python in 5 lines, right? First one, general purpose programming. It's a general purpose programming. See, what do you mean by general purpose programming? Before Python, if you heard, there were some programming languages like Pascal, Fortran, COBOL. These programming languages are purpose-based languages. These are purpose-based. These are used for specific purposes, not for all the purposes, right? Purpose-based languages like Pascal, complicated mathematical applications, Fortran for scientific applications, COBOL, right, for business applications. Okay. But a language which is suitable for developing any kind of application, such a language we call it as general purpose programming language. Python is such a kind of programming, right? Yes. Python is such a kind of programming, right? Yes. General purpose programming. Any kind of applications we can develop today by using Python. Any kind of applications we can develop today by using Python. It has got multi-programming features. Python has got multi-programming features, right? Yes. What are all the features we see? Multi-programming features, right? What are the features we are going to see in different other programming languages? All the features we see in Python. All the features we are going to see in Python. Because of this, it has taken some features from one programming, it has taken some other features from other programming. From multiple programming languages, Python has taken the features and advantage, because of which we call it as a hybrid language. And Python is a high level language. There are two types of languages, I can say. There are two types of languages. Low level languages. Secondly, high level languages. Low level and high level languages. Low level languages, assembly level language or machine level languages. Assembly level language or machine level languages. Low level assembly level language, right? These things are not human understandable. They are not human understandable first. They are not a human understandable. They are not human understandable. They are not portable. They cannot be carried from one system to another system. And machine dependent. They cannot run on all the hardwares and all the operating system. Machine dependent they are, right? But high level languages like Python, they are high level languages like Python, they are human understandable. Means they look like normal English statements, easily understandable, that is human understandable, and they are portable, they can be carried from a system to system, and machine independent, can run on all the hardwares and all the operating systems, right? So Python has got what programming features? Python has got what programming features, right? Yes. Python has procedural oriented programming features. Has got procedural oriented programming features, like example, like C language. Python has got the features of C language. It has got the features of object-oriented programming features. It has got the features of object-oriented programming features. Example like C++, example like C++, Java. And it has got the features of scripting. It has got the features of scripting. What is that? Example like shell script. Example like shell script. Has got a procedural-oriented programming like C language, object-oriented programming features like C++, Java, scripting features like shell script, and a modular programming features. It has got the modular programming features. Modular programming features like Modular 3. Procedural oriented programming like C language, object oriented programming like C++, Java, scripting like shell script, object oriented programming like Modular 3. So again, it doesn't mean that you need to have the knowledge about all these programming languages. See, once again, I say it doesn't mean that there is no prerequisites for learning Python. It doesn't mean that you need to have the knowledge of like C, C++, Java. No. So as part of our course, we are going to discuss like procedural oriented with Python, object oriented with Python, scripting and modular programming with Python. So because of this multiple programming features, we call Python as a hybrid language. Because of this multiple programming features, we call Python as a hybrid language. The two major programming languages used for enterprise applications creations, Python and Java. Python and Java are the two major programming languages used for enterprise applications creations. But Java programmers or Java developers, they are strictly restricted to use only object-oriented programming features. Without object-oriented programming, right? There is no Java application or a Java program, right? But in Python, without object oriented, with modular programming, we can develop different varieties of applications. But Java programmers are strictly restricted to use only object oriented. Without class and object, there is no Java application or a Java program. And that too in Python. Python is one of the best scripting language with vast varieties of libraries used for different technologies, like in AWS, it is used in DevOps, writing automation scripts, in IoT, in robotics, in this way, in different environments using Python scripts, right? Where it has got different libraries and modular programming features. Because of this modular programming features only, Python has got a great boom today. 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got for different environments. 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got for different environments. Whatever environment you are from, whatever environment or whatever domain you are from, Python has got modules, separate modules, right? Yes. So as part of this course, we'll be discussing all this, right? Yes. And because of this modular programming only, Python has got great boom. Whatever environment or whatever domain you are from, you're from networking, Python has got separate modules. If you're from testing, Python has got separate modules. If you're from data science, Python has got separate modules like 10 to 15 modules like NumPy, CP, Pandas, Matplotlib, CP, Skikit-learn for big data, for networking, for databases, for each and every database. For each and every database, right, Python is providing a module. For Oracle, it is providing CX underscore Oracle. For MySQL, MySQL. Okay. For SQL Server, PyODBC. For each and every file format, right, Python is providing a module for each and every file format. For Excel files, CSV files, JSON files, for every file formats. By writing Python code only, we can generate files, right? Yes. Okay. Python real-time applications. Just observe here, Python real-time applications. What kind of applications are getting developed today by using Python? Python real-time applications, right? Before you update with any technology, you need to know what kind of applications are getting developed. So Python mostly used for developing what kind of applications? They're mostly used for creation of web applications, right? A lot of web applications are getting developed today by using Python, using the framework like Django framework, the more important framework of Python. Uh, you may ask, from the last 20-25 years, Java, .NET, these technologies are mostly used for web applications. Why again Python, right? So Python, it has got a framework like Django. At a rapid speed, you can develop a web application. It has got its own database like SQLite 3. It has got its own application server. It has got many flexible features, very less coding. With rapid speed, you can develop applications, because of which today Python is mostly chosen for developing web applications. And mainly Python is used today for automation applications using technologies like data science. Using technologies like data science, they're using a lot. Python is used. There's a prerequisite for data science is Python. Means total coding course in Python. And even in IoT, in DevOps, in data science, in IoT, in DevOps. See, if I talk about this IoT, it is a physical network or device embedded with software, sensors, and electronics for collecting data, exchanging data, and controlling the things from the place where you are. So it's most of the coding written in Python, right? And even for data science, everything deals with the data. Data has got experience. Data has got future reference using data or data science, perform data analysis, data predictions, data classifications, data recommendations. For all this blend of techniques, right? It's a blend of technique. The main technique what we see here is ML, machine learning. Machine learning, we have got many ML techniques: regression, classification, clustering, recommendation, pattern match. For all these techniques to implement, we require a language. The mostly chosen or mostly used to programming for this Python, right? Even in DevOps, right? One DevOps using Python, where Python is one of the best scripting language, vast varieties of libraries. Apart from this, one more major area, right, where Python is mostly preferred, and big data environment. In big data environment, it is mostly preferred. In big data, like, okay, talk like today, huge data is getting generated, huge data. For this huge data, right, we have got some technologies available like Hadoop, Spark. Hadoop, Spark are mostly used, right? But Spark is a very high-speed processing technology which has got a great boom today. Is implemented using Python. We call it as PySpark. Spark with Python implementation, right? We're calling it as PySpark. Apart from this, what? Yes, Python mostly used today in sci scientific applications. Scientific applications, right? We have got CP. CP means scientific Python, and also for this, for numerical analysis, like we have got a NumPy, numerical, for numerical analysis, for numerical analysis, you have got NumPy, numerical Python, and for graphical user interface are for animations, right? Python has got separate modules available, like PyQt is one, tkinter is one. In this way, many modules available for graphic and animations, and even for gaming or game development. For single user, multi-user online games, Python is one of the best choice, right? For game development, for gaming environment, separately, a separate framework like Pygame is given by Python. Pygame, right? It's a framework given by Python for developing games in Python. Not only Pygame, we have got another framework like PyCora. And for 3D rendering games, for 3D rendering libraries, we have got PySoy. PySoy, right? Yes. And apart from this, for scheduling tasks, right? We have got Airflow Python is providing, right? And apart from this, for testing or for test cases, and apart from this, right? For software development, Python is, and the software developers make use of Python as a support language. And for business application, Python is one of the best choice for developing e-commerce websites. And apart from that, Python mostly used are one of the hottest application of Python, database applications, right? Without database, there is no web applications, right? Yes. Python can connect with any database and perform the operations. Even for embedded applications, the most famous embedded application, Raspberry Pi, right, which uses Python for its computation. And apart from this, Python mostly used in networking applications on it for network programming, right? We have got separate framework Python is providing for it, Twisted Python. And apart from this, even for web scraping, scrapping data from different websites, harvesting data, extracting data, we have got separate modules Python providing for it, right? Like URL lib module, BS4 module, beautiful soup model, right? Apart from this, for audio and video applications, some of the already many applications are getting built using audio and video. As apart from this, for CAD 3D CAD applications, and for computer vision, for face detection, color detection, object detection, right? Python is one of the best choice. And for data analysis, and for robotics with Python, right? If you can see, there's a huge packages available, right? And for desktop applications, single user console applications, right? Yes, Python is mostly used. In this way, many applications are there where you can develop using Python. These are some of the mostly used applications. And yes, I'll take 10 minutes more. Who are using Python today? Who are using Python today? Topmost applications. built using top most applications built using Python. Google is one of the best example, right? Google is one of the best example for Python web applications. Google web crawling is first written in Java. It was too difficult. It was rewritten in Python. Yahoo using Python. YouTube using Python for its video sharing service. Uber pricing algorithm implemented using Python and ML. Instagram, the prime reason for Instagram to choose for Python practicality and its hybrid features. Even NASA is using Python for its research and development activities. All right, if you heard about these applications like Quora or Reddit, Pinterest, Netflix, all this they are using. See this Quora, Reddit, Pinterest, Dropbox, they're built using Python. Netflix, the popular OTT platform, using Python for its security automation for subscription related things. MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. Massively multiplayer online games. Maya, a powerful 3D animation which uses Python script. iRobot for military and commercial operations. For hardware testing, right? Company for hardware testing purpose. Companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all these they are using Python for hardware testing purposes, right? Yes. In this way, right? Like Google, Yahoo, YouTube, Uber, Instagram, NASA, Pinterest, Dropbox, Netflix, massively multiplayer online games, Maya. So Python is mostly used in developing these applications. All right. And from the discussion, what we had till now, right? Reasons. Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. So mainly, most of the programmers or developers are attracted towards Python. They're migrating towards Python because of its very less coding, not even 1/4 coding as compared with other languages. And the two simple syntaxes, which looks like normal English statement. Multi-programming features. Python has got a multi-programming features. What all the features we see in different other programmings? All the features we are going to see in Python. And interactive mode given by Python. Interactive mode given by Python. We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives a response. That kind of interaction you cannot see in any other programming language. You can see at the bottom, search is there. Type CMD and type Python here, right? If it is already installed. Now the Python version is displayed, Python interpreter gets open. Any valid statements you can type in, you can interact. I'm asking what is 4 plus 5? I'm asking what is 23 into 34, right? What is X? What is Y? What is X value I'm asking? What is Y value I'm asking? What is X plus Y value? What is X minus Y? X into Y. X into 2, 10 into 2. This is the power symbol in Python, double star, 10 square. X equal to hello. X into 3 prints hello for 3 times. X into 5 prints hello for 5 times. Finally, say quit, it comes out, right? Python is working fine. It's working fine, right? Yes. Apart from this, right? Right, wide varieties of applications. Just now I discussed, right? Wide varieties of applications. Wide varieties of applications we can develop, and many built-in libraries. Just now I discussed it. Many built-in libraries. 89,000, 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got for different environments. Right? Yes. So many built-in libraries track thousands of modules, track 89,000 modules for different environments. These are the reasons which makes Python super popular. You cannot interact with other programming whereby you can interact with Python. Any kind of applications you cannot develop, but in using Python, any kind of application, thousands of modules, right, which has got functions. Now, just observe, Python is the #1 ranked programming language today with a diversified number of applications creations. You can just check, right? If you want to see in the Google, uh, popular coding language, you say, right? Popular coding language, you check it, right? Yes, Python. What you got? Python. Easy to read, as many open source libraries. It's a good choice for beginners because of its active user community. You see just more results for this. The most popular programming, can you see Python? So here Python remains the most popular, right? Check it. Top programming languages. Can you see top programming languages? Python is one of the Python, Java, JavaScript. So here can you see top 10 programming languages? Python stands first, next JavaScript and the other things, right? Yes. Top 10 programming languages for the beginners to learn. Python, next Java, JavaScript. Most popular programming languages worldwide. Based on this, Python stands first, next comes Java and other programming languages. Emerging programming languages by popularity. Python stands first, next to Java, next the other programming, JavaScript. Can you see the ranking wise? See the ranks given. #1 rank is Python. #2, Java. In this way, the ranks are given. And see this, right? Python stands first. Next comes Java, JavaScript. That is April 2024, 2023 to April 2024. Python is the #1 rank, ranking wise. Python. Next comes Java, other things. Okay, fine. And even if you see jobs, we got a lot of jobs for Python. Python jobs. Say enter, right? Lot of jobs for Python. 1,77,740 Python openings. Can you see 1,77,740 Python openings? Apart from this, not only Python, if you're updating with frameworks like Django framework, so one of the important framework of Python, even you can go with this searching Django jobs. Django jobs, right? Yes. Lot of jobs like that. 11,000 plus Django developer jobs in India, right? So even people who knows Django is very less. You may not they may know Python, but people who know Django is very less. So what is the course content I'm going to discuss as part of this, right? Starting with Python in brief, right? Yes. Python, why Python, history, applications, features, installation, Python operations, modes, data types, variables, constants, type conversions, escape sequences, operators, different IDEs in Python, Anaconda distribution, Jupyter notebook, Spider, Eclipse, flow control statements, looping statements, strings, string indexing, string slicing, string functions, string methods, string special characters, right? And the collections, list tuple sets and dictionaries, Python list properties, list functions, list methods, list address, nested list. And the Python tuples, Python sets, dictionaries in Python, functions in Python, categories, different types, keyword, non-keyword, default, non-default, key by call by value, call by reference, recursive, lambda functions, filter function, map function, models in Python, different, okay, working with models, normal imports, from import, different ways of importing, right? Package in Python, errors and exception handling, file handling in Python, object-oriented programming concepts in brief, right? Class object inheritance, polymorphism, regular expressions in Python, extracting required data from database access. Python data and time model, OS model, advanced concept like iterators, generators, closers, decorators, graphic programming, Excel workbook, data analytics, introduction to data science. The important models like libraries like Pandas library, like Pandas in brief, in depth, right? NumPy library, right? In brief, and Matplotlib, right? These are the 30 topics in brief we'll be discussing, right? As part of this. And people who wants to go for full stack Python, apart from this Python, Django framework will be discussed in brief, web frameworks, Django installation, project architecture, applications creations, Django views, templates, Django admin, Django models, advanced concepts, right? And UI technologies also will be discussed, right? HTML, CSS, JavaScript, MySQL. All this I'm going to discuss, right? You can check with this. So Python 4 in advanced, right? 70 hours I'm spending, right? Not a 45 hours course. In brief, in depth, I'll be discussing around 2 months. It is going to take 6,000 is the course fee. UI technologies I will be discussed. People who wants to go for Python, right? This is right. For in advance, 70 hours, 2 months, 6,000 is the course. People who wants to go for full stack, UI technologies will be discussed. Web development like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and part of Bootstrap. Django framework in brief, 15 applications will be discussed. Flask framework will be discussed, MySQL database, and okay, and a project also, right? And all this topics from 2 to 6, 70 hours I'm going to spend. Python 70 hours, framework 70 hours, 140 hours, 2 months for this, 2 months for this, around 4 months it is going to take. 6,000 is the course fee for Python, 7,000 for this framework, 13K. But if you're taking the entire package, it's 12K, right? Yes, in brief, in depth, we'll be discussing. And let me make it clear about the timings of this batch. First 1 week or 2 weeks, right? It's going to be at 10 p.m., but later it's going to be at 9 p.m. in the evening. For the first 1 week to 10 days, it will be at 10 p.m. Later, it will be at 9 p.m. up to the end of the course. You'll be getting the live session videos, soft copy of the class notes, assignments in the tasks. WhatsApp group will be created tomorrow. Right. Resumes and interview questions and live interactive sessions. Everything, everybody will be kept in unmuted status. You can ask. Yes. And there is one more big data analytics, right? There's one more, there's a package available. I also deal with the data engineering, right? Anyone like Hadoop will be covered, PySpark will be covered, Linux and Python. This 2 months, like core and advanced, everything is going to be covered in this big data package. it's 12 weeks, 12 weekends only on Saturdays and Sundays. These classes will be there. The Saturday evenings, right? Classes for this. And for this Python, you can attend any of my Python batch, either this current batch, Monday to Friday. And Saturdays and Sundays evenings, you'll be having these classes, right? For this. Nearly for 12 weekends, the course fee is 15,000. Tomorrow also, everyone can attend the session, same time, right? At 10 p.m. using the same link to see more discussion, right? Continuation of what we are discussing. Understood, right? Any queries you have got as part of today's session, right? Yes, Ria Gaur, right? Yes, Ria Gaur.
So up to when we can like attend the demo sessions? How many days are there for demo?
Tomorrow you can attend, Monday you can attend.
Okay,
Next, more 2
more
sessions,
2
right?
days.
More tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday also you can attend. Next 3 days you can attend.
Okay. And when we need to pay the fees?
So Monday, Tuesday, next 2 days you can attend. The link will be changing after these 2 or 3 days.
Okay. So will we get the details in our emails?
So if you see in the Zoom chat now, right, they have already posted. The online team, they have already posted the payment details, right? The contact details, the course content details. You have any the DurgaSoft Zoom, right?
Yes, sir.
They have forwarded some contact details of them, and the payment details they have forwarded, right? You can check with it.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Tomorrow also you can attend. Monday also. After tomorrow, the next class will be on Monday, right? So,
Ji.
so tomorrow also I'll be just briefing you month's continuation of this. From Monday onwards, we are going to start with the Python technicals. So Monday, Tuesday also people can attend freely, right? That is demo sessions, right? But mostly from Wednesday, the link will be changing. So those who have got enrolled will be getting the link. So all the sessions, everything you will be understanding, right? Clearly, everything step by step, I'll be typing and showing you, right? Yes. So for
Okay.
each and every statement I type, you will be responding with what will be the output of it. All the sessions will be live sessions, interactive sessions, right? Yes.
So much,
Hi,
sir.
Vijay. This is Karthik.
Yes. Yes,
I'm
go ahead.
already enrolled in your Azure Data Engineering course. So now I'm actually planning to enroll in this Python as well. So do you cover these Python topics which are useful in the data engineering Azure?
Yes, so for this anything related to this data courses, right? Like data engineering or data science or data analyst, Python is the prerequisite. Especially
Oh,
if you talk about data engineering or data science total coding goes in Python, implementation goes in Python. Even in data engineering, right? If you talk about Spark
yes.
Python implementation, Python is required there. And even for data analyst, right? Data analyst also require this Python knowledge along with that other tools like Power BI, right? Data
Yeah.
analyst also requires these things. So anything related with this data scientist, engineering or data analyst, Python is the requisite. Apart from this, not only this, any high-end technologies today they are using Python, right? I'm talking about DevOps also, writing automation script. Even the last round of the interview will be that Python scripting round, right? Even DevOps environment. Even in
Yeah.
robotics with Python, if you have got robotics with Python, the salary packages are above 40 lakhs, right? To people who have got knowledge on robotics with Python. Not only that, in different environments, Python is used directly or indirectly, we are going to touch it. So
Oh,
Python for an advanced, and as you asked for the libraries, right? Like Pandas libraries will be covered, and the database libraries will be covered, right? And many other regular expressions, many things will be covered, right?
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Vijay.
For data engineering, like Pandas is the most important library. So that is going to be covered, right? Here also we got the concept of data frames. In Spark also we got the concept of data frames. Both can be interchanged, both can be used, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Any other queries, right? Anyone? Yes. Okay. So if I'm done with your queries, if there are no other queries, I will just sign off for now. Meet you tomorrow, same time at 10 o'clock. More discussion on this, right? Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Good night.